Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ravina, and if you're watching this, you're watching my first ever YouTube video. So please don't mind, the low quality and the trash me. I'm working on it. I currently have no professional lighting, and I feel like that would really help. Like I was looking at this, how I look in the camera, and I was like, lighting would be nice. But anyway, that's like a totally random fact. Anyway, so as you can see from the title, wherever the hell it is on the screen, it's gonna be about an embarrassing story time. Not embarrassing, but okay, like a rant and then a story time at the same time, because I'm, what is it? Oh, fuck, I don't even know the word. What do you mean? I don't know. We're doing two topics in one story, or one video, or whatever. You know what I mean. I'm sorry. It's been a day. It's funny that I'm drinking this, and you'll see why. So, I always just wanted to know. I always wondered. I was like, when people are like, oh, you guys should go on a date. And then, the stereotypical date's a coffee date, right? Everyone goes on coffee dates. Let's grab some, coffee here, there. I don't know if I can, say names of, certain places. But you know what I mean? Some Starbs, some Coffee Bean, whatever, Totally not sponsored at all, even though I'm drinking Starbs. I literally bought this. It's a coincidence that I'm talking about this video or making this video. But anyway, so everyone likes to go to Starbucks, for coffee dates, or you know what I mean. I feel like that is the freaking one of the worst ideas to ever do on a date. I'll tell you why. Now, a lot of people know that if you drink coffee, it helps your bowels start moving, helps you, do number two, you know what I'm saying? So take a shit, if you will. So why would you want that on a coffee date? So let's go back to what happened to me over here. So literally a year ago from today, maybe not this exact date, but in October last year, or maybe it was end of September, but that's not the point. The point is, I had gone on so this guy had asked me out. We're gonna call him Bobby. And Bobby had asked me out on a date, and I had to drive all the way out to him, which is about an hour away, because something unexpected really did happen, and he needed me to drive out there. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. So I drove to wherever that destination will be, and we were gonna get coffee. Okay. So I get caramel macchiato, not caramel macchiato, I got an Americano. And I'm sipping, we're talking, and we're just walking and doing whatever, and all of a sudden I had to do that. Okay? I had to use the facilities, okay? And it's gonna be a while. So I'm not just gonna be hold on one sec, I have to pee, because I don't mind peeing in front, not in front of him, but if you're on a date or something, going pee, it's not a big deal, 10 seconds or, whatever, you know what I mean, it's quick. But when you gotta go, okay, and it's gonna be a while, you don't want to do that. At least that's not how I like to run my game, okay? So no. So I'm starting to feel a little pain in my stomach, okay? And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go home right after this. We're having some coffee. It's gonna be fine. Dip. By the way, I'm an hour away from home. I was like, nah, I can't wait. So I'm just gonna stop at some fast food place, act like I'm leaving, take another exit, and go to the bathroom. And no, that's not how it went. And I was like, damn it, why did I drink coffee? In my head at that time, I was even like, this is the worst date idea. Why? Why? Ugh. So anyway, then there's a Spirit Halloween store, the big Halloween store where all you buy your costumes. It's a really big chain or whatever. Was across the street, and I'm a very, very big fan of Halloween, and he knew that because we had been talking before we went on our date, He's like, oh my god, and I'm over here oh my god, I have to use the restroom, dying, and he's like, oh, let's go to the Spirit Halloween store. I'm like, oh, fuck my life. I was like, oh, it's getting late. It was 4 p.m. Okay? It's not late. So I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. He's like, oh, it'll be fun. I'm like, god damn it. So, we go over there. I'm sorry if that, offended anybody. But anyway, if you get offended by language, profanity, whatever, don't watch this channel. No offense, but, and there's, YouTube regulations. I'm gonna try real hard. But anyway, so we go over. I'm telling you guys, at this point, I'm like, you know when you have to go to the bathroom so bad, you like start to like get chills or like shiver or feel like you're going to die? Yeah, that was me. And we didn't spend 10 minutes at this freaking store. We didn't spend 20 minutes. We spent 1 hour at this fucking store. We kept going around. He's like, oh, is this a great costume? You look cute in this. Oh, I'll buy you whatever. And I'm like, no. I don't want your money. I don't want anything. I want to take a shit. Like, I was dying. And I was actually sweating. Like, I was like, oh my God, am I gonna like pass out? Like, oh my God, am I just gonna shit like in the store? Like, I was like, oh my God. So like, he went to one side. There's like a bunch of masks and stuff. I was like, oh, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go talk to a sales associate. I was like, please, for the love of God, have a bathroom in here. And I was like, at this point, I was like, whatever, bro. Like, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm going to die. So I go to the employee or whatever, and I'm like, do you guys have a restroom? I'm like, no, but we have one a couple blocks down that way, because it was just a single store by itself. Like, it wasn't in a little plaza. It was just there, and then a little bit further down was like a plaza with like different stores and restaurants and yada yada yada. And I'm like, oh, girl, can't make it there. Like, what am I supposed to be like? Hold on, I just randomly feel like going into a restaurant and like not getting anything. Like, and no, like, this is so embarrassing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wrap this thing up real quick, go home, or go, you know, say bye to him, and head over to like some random store. So I go back to him, and he's like, oh, you know what? Because the reason I drove out for him, like whatever had come up, had cleared out of the way. So he's like, oh, like we can go back to your place and like hang out. And I don't advise, this is like a complete side note, but if you're meeting somebody for the first time, never let them go to your house. It's just really unsafe, unless you've like been friends for a while and then like they're coming over, you know what I mean? Like, you judge, you know, the situation. But yeah, it was weird, and nothing bad happened or anything like that. Like, you know, no. But like, the point of the story is he ended up coming over. But okay, let me get to this. So I'm like, fuck no, because I need to blow it up. Okay, I'm sorry that's gross to you, but you girl like needed to use the restroom, and I didn't even finish this damn drink of mine. Let me spit. Anyway, I didn't even finish this fucking drink because I'm like, you don't understand, okay, like how much pain I was in. Like, no, I was like, okay, and he could tell something was wrong. He's like, are you okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's great. I'm living my best life, you know. And no, I was not. I was on the verge of actual death. So I'm like, fuck. So he's like, oh, I can come over to your place. And I told him, like, I also didn't want him to come over because I'm like, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, do no funny business over here. No hanky panky, if you know what I mean, because no, thank you. So I let him know that, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, I'm not. He's like, we could just watch a movie. But he was so persistent, and I'm like, oh my God, and I looked like a fucking bitch because I was like, no. So I was like, all right, all right. And so he had his own car, okay? So mind you, I'm an hour away. My plan was to leave him, go somewhere else, and use the restroom. Now, what am I supposed to be like? I just have to, like, no. And I knew, you know how sometimes you can just go to the bathroom and like get that shit out there real quick, literally, and you're fine. And this was gonna be a minute. Like, so I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. I had to turn my AC up full blast because I was like sweating and having goosebumps. And I'm like, I have a fever, I'm gonna die. Like, because you can like get seriously ill from not going to the bathroom. And at this point, it had been like at least 2 hours or something. And this coffee was like, girl, you need to go. And I was like, I know. So we're driving over, and I'm like, okay, I need to figure this out. By the way, the weird noise is my straw. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out how to do this. So at the time, one of my roommates I was living with was one of my friends. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to use her restroom. And be like, I need to go talk to her and like leave him up here and then go to my roommate's room and then like, you know, do whatever. And that's exactly what I did. But so he comes over, and I'm not even joking, I had such bad cramps, I couldn't even stand up straight. Like, it was like, what the hell do you mean? I'm like, you know what, why, okay? And there was traffic. I'm not even making this crap up. I can't want to say shit, but you know, I'm not making this up. Like, we were going, it's supposed to be an hour away. It ended up being an hour and 45 because of fucking traffic. I'm like, ooh, I literally was like, do I have a bag in here? Like, I'll just shit in my car. Like, I don't care. Like, I was, okay. So then like we get to the house, whatever. And I like put it, like, I was like, oh, like, yeah, I'll just pick a movie on Netflix or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it was Netflix and chill though, but it wasn't like that. Literally, it wasn't like that because of this. So I go downstairs, and I had texted my friend already. I was like, hey, like, can I please use your restroom? So, you know, I gave her the 411 real quick. and I go in the bathroom, and I couldn't go. You know when you hold it in so long that it's at that point where like you just can't go anymore? You're like, are you serious? And I was like, freaking heck, like, screw me, like, what the hell, man? And I was already down there for like 10 minutes, okay? And I told him I had to like go talk to my friend, like she's like dealing with something, blah, 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 whatever, some BS. So I'm like, oh crap, literally. So then I come back upstairs and he was like, oh, what happened? What's going on with your friend? And I'm like, oh, like, excuse me, guy problems, like whatever, blah, 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 etc., right? Excuse me. Sorry, I'm like burping, but, so we're like watching the movie and the pain had subsided a little bit, okay? It came back with a freaking vengeance, okay? I was like, why do you hate me? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, what do you mean? So I'm like, I couldn't even like, no, this is literal. So he's like laying there, like we weren't literally not like that. Like, let me just make this clear to you people. Like, I'll be real. I was like, if I did something, hey, but you know, nothing. And so he's like laying on this side. I'm over there. Not that it really freaking matters, but the point is, my bathroom is like on this side of my room, and I kept looking at it. Like, I didn't really realize I was doing it. And he's like, is there a reason you keep looking into your bathroom? And I didn't realize it. I don't know, my subconscious was like, that's where you wanna be, but like I couldn't. And I don't even know. Okay, whatever. It's just gross. So you know when you start to feel like you have to, you know, fart? That was starting to happen, and I knew it was gonna be an atomic motherfucking bomb. I was like, oh shit, like, literally again, like, no, like, I can't do this right now. And it was to that point where, you know, you just can't hold it in, and even if it's just like the silent but deadly, you know, that expression. I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. So I get up, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get something down from downstairs to like go eat or whatever. Like, I'll bring us some food. When I got up, like, I was laying down, I went up like this, and I literally, he turned like towards me, and he just looked at me like, he didn't say anything. He kept looking at me, and I'm like, whoops. And I was like, and he's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go. And I was pissed because I had gone through torture for this bro, freaking torture, and he's just gonna run away because of a little fart? Like, I'm sorry, I was trying to be a lady about it, like, and like, he's like, yeah, actually, it's getting late, and at this point, it was like, I don't know what time it was, but it was like nighttime at this point, and he's like, yeah, like, I need to go home, he's like, you know, and I was like, okay, and, yeah, he never talked to me again. So moral of the story, don't go to coffee dates. And if you're gonna go to a coffee date, so now what I do is if I'm gonna go hang out with people, and I was like my friends or some stuff, like who cares? Like pooping together, not like together, but like I don't really give a shit. I feel like I've used the word shit more than I ever have in my whole life in this video, and it's about this, so I don't know. But like, I don't care, you know, if it's like people I'm comfortable with, I'm like, yeah, your girl's gotta go take a deuce, you know. But this is like the most like cute topic to talk about. But if you're going on a date or something, guy or girl, whatever you're doing, and you know coffee does that to you, get a tea. I get a tea. I'll just get a green tea or a acai this. I just go to Starbucks a lot, so that's why I'm saying. But like, get you a tea. Whatever you're at, get something like that. Not really something with caffeine, because that is what makes you, you know, lots of times go to the restroom. So I just never understood why that was like, oh, coffee dates, coffee, let's go get that. I'm like, not anymore. Like, I refuse. I will not go on a coffee date with a guy. Unless I know I'm just gonna grab coffee with him, talk for a little bit, and then I'm going home, because you girl needs, like, I got this. I'm not even joking you. Before I made this video, before I turned everything on, it had been like 20 minutes before, because I walked to the nearest Starbucks near me, and we came back, blah, blah, whatever. And right when I came home, your girl had to use the restroom. So like, coffee just runs through me, and it does it to a lot of people. So if you know you're one of those people, because sometimes for some people, coffee doesn't faze them one bit, but for me, it does. So I will not drink. If they're like, oh, let's go for a coffee date, and like, I know that's what they really want to do, I will just get a tea. And I think, or you know, something that I know doesn't have like caffeine like that. Even frappuccinos sometimes do that to me, like making me want to, you know, use their facilities. So I try to stay away from those types of things. But yeah, this was a really odd video for the first video ever. But honestly, I literally thought about this video earlier today. Like, I was like, oh, it's weird. And there's a coincidence, I tell you. I didn't buy this for the purpose of the video. And it's not a very cute topic to talk about. But I think it's something that you know, I'm giving you some good advice out here. Don't drink caffeine when you're going out on a date, unless you're comfortable with the person you're dating or you don't give a shit, literally, and you're like, I'm gonna do what I need to do. But I'm not like that. I don't like to go to the restroom, you know what I'm saying? Well, at this point, go take a shit. Why am I even like trying to sugarcoat it? You know, we know what we're talking about here. You know, in front of somebody, so it just weirds me out. But anyway, if you like this video, like this video. If you liked it, like the video. Yeah, you know what I mean. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, which you're probably not because it's my first video. And hopefully you guys keep watching other ones. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.